Hello, and thank you for tuning into the Word today. I just want to encourage you to make your calling and your election sure, because whatever God called you to, He has chosen you to do. The scripture says in 2 Peter 1 and 10, wherefore the rather, or for this cause, or for this reason, it is important that every brethren strive and put forth every effort to give diligence and be persistent and make your calling and election sure, or to confirm or make it clear that God has chosen you. And if you apply or implement these things, then the work you do for God will always show up in the life you live for God. Then the scripture says, and if ye do, ye shall never fall. In other words, you won't falter in the ministry that God has called you to. It will not fail. But as John 9 and 4 says, we will work the works of him that sent us. See, when I think about my own life and who I was before God called me, I didn't have God's wisdom. And I saw how the world and even the church judged people according to their own standards in the flesh. And because I had no power, no strength in my own understanding, I had to seek God's guidance for my own life. And the Lord let me know that while in my mother's womb, He chose me for ministry. See, Deuteronomy 18 and 5 says, for the Lord thy God has chosen him or her out of all thy tribes to stand and minister in the name of the Lord. And see, some people will never believe that God called you for anything, but God will go against man's opinion of you, and he will bring forth his revelation through you. See, 1 Corinthians 1 and 27 says, God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. See, I know, just like Moses, God chose this weak vessel with a speech impairment to let me know that there is no wisdom in my own strength, but the only real strength comes from God. See, God will choose you when the world thinks you are unimportant, when man thinks your life is insignificant, but God said your life is very relevant. See, God will choose you when the world will despise you and reject you. As Isaiah 53 and 3 says, He, meaning Jesus, was despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrow and acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. And he was despised, and we esteemed him not. See, God will choose you even when people turn their backs on you. But when the enemy comes against the plan that God has for your life, this is when you have to fight the good fight. See, 1 Timothy 6 and 12 says, fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. See, God wants you to continue to be faithful to the things that He has called you to do. See, every day you got to make your calling and your election very sure. Matthew 22 and 14 says, but many are called, but few are what? Chosen. Why? Because many will receive an invitation from God, but only a few will send and respond to the Lord. See, only a few will say, yes, Lord, I will do your will. But if you accept the call, then you will definitely reap the benefit of what God has for your life. Proverbs 11 and 18 says, a wicked person earns deceptive wages, but the one who sows righteousness will reap a sure reward. Hallelujah. Today's word is, God wants you to know that you are chosen and elect of Him. As 1 Peter 2 and 9 says, that you are a chosen and an elect generation, a royal priesthood, and holy, dedicated, and consecrated nation, a peculiar people, but claimed by God, that you should show forth the praises of Him and continue to proclaim His goodness and His mighty acts, who have called you out of darkness and into His marvelous light. Be blessed.